I'm excited about this one. This is a 3.8 Series 3. This thing has eluded me up until now, and this is actually a friend's. I'm doing some work on it. He needs the brakes done, and then I overlooked it, and he's been losing coolant now for a bit, apparently. And I found part of it. I think there's other I'm about to show as well, but excited to work on this because this is all original, 120, 130,000, and he got it off of his grandpa. So really well-kept car. Needs some work now, and with the mileage, actually, I'm surprised all this has lasted as long as it has. So pretty excited. So I'm going to use Dexcool. What's in it? I don't normally recommend that. The system's been fairly clean since he's been adding to it. I'm just going to stick with what it keeps originally. Putting some full synthetic 530. This is why I don't like Dexcool though. Over time, if you don't keep up with it, neglect the system. I mean, look at that. And this is actually not bad. This corrosion is nothing compared to what I've seen. And I actually just recently worked on it. It was a 2011 Dodge Ram, and man, that thing was destroyed from the inside out. Absolutely horrible. So, but a couple weak spots on these, and I would honestly rather have these than others popping head gaskets or other issues. But over time, not the upper plenum or intake, but the lower right here. You have two sides connecting for both banks. Being a V6, there's one over there. Mirror of this, and over time these do leak. All this residual I believe is from these lines that I popped off to the heater core. I will have to get new O-rings for those, and also these are the upgraded aftermarket metal. These definitely go bad. They crack over time, deteriorate. I mean, the O-rings still can go bad even on the new ones, but since it's going to be new, they'll last for quite some time. These go into the side of the block, gets a lot of heat. And since this thing wasn't abused or sitting maybe in traffic all the time, these kept up. Whereas others, they can go at a lower mileage. So that is one of the weak points on them. And those aftermarket will resolve that. And we won't have to worry about it. I told him definitely keep up with the Dexcool, replacing the coolant more often. But I do believe at some point he's going to be going in and doing that lower intake. Fortunately, it is not in the way of getting off what I'm about to show you for the tensioner, and so it can be done at a separate time. I personally would replace the water pump while in here. He wants to do as little as possible. This is still in good shape. He's not had any issues with it. Feels good, no play really on it. So we're gonna leave it as is for now for him. This is definitely a bad bearing. Definitely no play on the side-to-side motion of it, but you can hear it's definitely on its way out. Here's a new one. No noise. Barely moves. That thing is stiff. So that was not failing, but it's on its way out. But the tensioner, the spring, and these over time, mileage and age with those wear out. But the fact that it lasted the 120, 130,000 mark, not bad. Any of these things are serviceable maintenance items at 80 to 100,000. You'd hope they last longer, and they typically do in Toyotas and Hondas, but this is still fairly good. I believe it's the original belt, could have been replaced, but it's cracking. Probably could last another year or two, but we're going to replace it while I'm in there. So fresh belt as well. So there's just a couple things. I'm glad I got to see all these and cover and show you this. The alternator does have to come off and out of there. I just removed the negative, so nothing's connecting, making power. But I didn't even have to take off any of the wires or anything for the alternator. Just this brace has to come off that sits on the top. These awkward designs of the GM and older products are just weird and awkward to work on. You have to use standard, metric, both. But it's all right. It's been fairly easy to work on. Y'all have a great day.